yes, it finally happened. Hello, my pretties. Crazy stories and confessionals of an Uber Lyft driver, episode number 26. So the day before yesterday, which was the 4th of May 2019, today is May 6th, it finally happened. I'm about 9,000 rides in approximately with driving with Uber and Lyft. By the way, everything I make goes towards my affordable housing project. I'm in a position where I can save 100% of my income. I'll go into that later. But it finally happened. I was never under the illusion that I would go my entire Lyft Uber driving career believing that nobody would ever throw up in my car. So I tried to be at least a little bit prepared for it. It was funny, I'll tell you what happened, but even the conversation leading up to it, it was a man and a woman. I think they were husband and wife. Yeah, they referred to each other as husband and wife, so they were married. The man was sober, the wifey was drunk, but she didn't seem that far gone, to be honest with you, so I thought it would be okay. I even offered her a ginger mint because it's the best thing ever on an upset tummy, especially a nauseous one after drinking and things like that, just to, lessen the odds even more. And if I thought she was going to throw up, honestly, I would have kicked them out of my car and I wouldn't have given them a ride. Sometimes you just don't see it coming and it happens. So anyway, we're driving home. Me and the guy, we're making conversation. She's sort of just, there, almost passed out, but not quite. And he's like, yeah, you don't have to worry about her. She's not going to throw up. I'm like, oh, okay, good. She didn't seem like she was that bad, but thanks for telling me that. And I'm like, yeah, 9,000 rides in approximately. It's never happened. So far, never happened. He's like, yeah, cool. I can see you're prepared. You got mints and ginger and things like that. And yep, you got it. And then we're about a minute and a half away from the drop-off point. And he's like, sir, you may want to pull over. I think she's actually going to throw up. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm at a point where you can't just pull over on the side of the road. It's a highway. But luckily there's an exit spot coming up here in the next 30 seconds. But during that 30 seconds, out it comes. I'm like, oh, fuck. You got to be kidding me. And it wasn't a lot, thank goodness. And it was mostly concentrated in one little area or two small areas in the back. But I 30 seconds later, I'm able to pull over to safety. She gets out and finishes on the side and gets back in my car. I was debating whether or not to just leave them there on the side of the road, but it looked like she was done. I felt confident. We're only a minute away, so I take her the rest of the way home. The husband is sober and he's profusely apologizing. And as soon as we get there, I'm debating in my head whether I'm going to tell them I'm going to nail your asses with a $200 fine from Uber. But I decided to give him a chance to see how he's going to respond. And I'm glad I did that because as soon as we got back, he's saying, I'm going to run in, get some cleaners, rags, sponges, paper towels. And I'm like, okay, cool. All right, so he came back with headlamps because it was dark out still. All kinds of cleaning material. She didn't throw up a lot, but I had him work his ass off. I was polite about it because I appreciated the way that he was responding. So, and he was very accommodating and he didn't stop until I was satisfied. I didn't have to be aggressive in my demands on him. I would have been if that's what it took, but I didn't have to be that way at all. He was extremely sorry and apologetic, and he worked his ass off, totally cleaned up the little bit of the seat that she threw up on and the floor. Got it done, sprayed the fuck out of it with disinfectants and air fresheners and all kinds of stuff, and didn't stop until I was satisfied. So I told him, look, don't worry about it, shit happens. Some people respond to it in a shitty way, but it's about how you respond, and I appreciate the way you responded. So we shook hands on a good note. It was very cordial, very polite, and 2 days later, my car is completely fine. Even after the fact, when I drove off from there was no smell of puke. Yeah, that's the other thing. That last minute and a half of that ride, all the smell was horrible, as it would be. But by the time he was done cleaning, there was no more smell. My car smelled actually very good, and the pukey smell never came back. So it all turned out okay, And I'm not under any illusion that it's never going to happen again. I've got, I don't know how this slipped my mind, but I didn't even say, oh, grab the barf bag that's in the back seat. How did that slip my mind? Holy shit. I just not real. Anyway, have to be better prepared next time mentally, because, yeah. Anyway, I got 2 barf bags back there, ginger mints and all kinds of stuff. I've also got a little bit of cleaning supplies in the back just in case that ever happens again. But if I ever need to, I will not hesitate to invoke that $200 fee upon them for throwing up in my car. But honestly, I'd much rather just take care of it on the spot, or have my passenger take care of it on the spot, and then get back to driving. That's ideal. But if that were to not work out that way for whatever reason, I wouldn't hesitate to hit them with that $200 charge. So that's the story. Don't throw up in anybody's car, even if you're paying for the ride. And back to what I was alluding to earlier, all the money I make, I save 100% of it. To be able to be in a position where you can save literally 100% of all the money that you make, and for me, I invested into my rental property business. But if you'd like to see how I do that, I wrote a beautiful article about it. It's about merging natural health, getting away from pharmaceuticals, and getting the hands of the establishment out of our lives and out of our pocketbooks. But I did it by merging a residual income business and natural health. And if you want to see a beautiful article I wrote about that, just ask for it. Happy to share the link with you. That's all I got for you guys. And my website, tomberkenmeyer.com, just like it's spelled here on social media, tomberkenmeyer.com. Tons of content there about natural health, financial freedom, even a little bit of politics as of lately, from a progressive point of view. And also 25 other Lyft and Uber stories so far. This is number 26. Bye for now. Mwah.